The NFL draft is done. It's over. It's complete. That doesn't mean the Packers don't continue to bring in lots of talent and guys that can have instant impact. Packers bringing in a beast of a defensive player. I'm going to break that down for you guys here in this video. But again, Packers, when we start talking about the draft and players that are going to have instant and immediate impact, making the starting lineup, you've got DBs that we drafted, O-line help, linebacker help, running back help. So the Packers didn't really address D line a whole lot, but the Packers, make that a priority in the undrafted free agents. So one of the guys is James Ester. I really like this guy out of Northern Illinois. He's got great footwork. He can move very good laterally. I really like this guy a lot. 6'3", 298 pounds. And it's not like saying, okay, here we go. We got James Ester. He's going to make the starting lineup. But here's the thing: the guy is going to he's going to add some depth. He's going to be able to push these guys and compete with these guys. Guys like Kobe Wooden, Devontae Wyatt, Lucas Van Ness, Preston Smith, TJ Slayton, Mosby, Jonathan Ford, Kingsley Egnigbari. So again, lots of talent right there that we just mentioned. James Ester was one of those guys that can be a part of helping to grow that talent, make these guys better, push these guys in camps, all of that stuff. So durable defensive lineman, finished his career with 20 tackles for loss, 121 tackles in 49 career games with 43 starts, three-time all-conference choice, and a 4-year team captain. This guy's used to being a leader. He's used to, carrying that load. Started all 13 games for Northern Illinois and in 2023 and repeated as team MVP, back-to-back MVPs for the team. James Ester, again, a guy who is a leader out there on the football field. He works hard, good work ethic. That is Brian Gutekunst's MO. He's bringing in guys that are good workers, hard workers, guys that can push each other, guys that are versatile, guys that can kind of bounce and move around and play a lot of different positions and a lot of different roles. So it's interesting to see what Jeff Hafley is going to end up doing, with a lot of this talent that he's got. But James Ester is one of those guys that are going to be one of those guys that are going to be helping develop that talent that we already have. So a few of the guys that, the Packers went after, 8 of the guys that they signed as undrafted free agents. And before we start saying, okay, like, man, that's great, undrafted free agents, that just doesn't really matter because these guys really don't have impacts. Then you don't know the Packers because you got guys like Malik Heath, Emmanuel Wilson, Patrick Taylor, Yosh Nijman, and even Keyshawn Nixon, guys that were undrafted free agents that the Packers, brought in, developed, all of that stuff. Guys that, had to step up when they had to, with the departure of Aaron Jones and his injuries last season. Emmanuel Wilson and Patrick Taylor were guys that had to step up and fill those roles in actually big games, right? Playing for the playoffs and then in the playoffs, just getting to that position, putting them in a position to be competitive to make the playoffs. Again, the Packers, no talent. Gutekunst understands talent. He's bringing in the right guys. Brings in a long snapper, Peter Bowden out of Wisconsin. Again, that is a guy. We've got our long snapper in Matthew Orzek, another guy who is undrafted free agent with Baltimore in 2019, played for Jacksonville as well as the Rams, but he's going to be a guy that is going to come in there, compete, and that's what the Packers are all about. James Ester, as we mentioned, another D lineman that we brought in was Rodney Matthews, 6'2", 310 pounds. That guy can play out of Ohio. He's a big body. Doesn't move as well as James Ester by any means, but he's a hole clogger. And then you got Howard there, running back out of Elkhorn State. Again, more depth in the running back room. That's going to help push guys like Josh Jacobs, AJ Dillon, Lloyd. Lloyd is a guy that I think is going to be surpassing AJ Dillon, if not at the beginning of the season, at some point in the season. Lloyd, I really love his style of running. I love that pick by Gutekunst there. Bringing in some more O-line help. Again, you got to love it. We not only addressed that need in the draft in Jordan Morgan and then Travis Glover, but also Jacob Monk. But then we also do that with Donovan Jennings, and then and one other there out of Michigan, Jones. So the Packers bringing in O-line help, again, an area that we need a lot of depth, an area that we need guys pushing each other, guys that can be versatile, guys that we know we can move around. So let me know what you guys think about James Ester. I think this guy, again, is, I'm not saying he's going to have an immediate impact on this team, but he, in a sense, will, because I think he's going to be able to push these guys and compete. So I think that's a very good signing by the Packers. Let me know your thoughts about the other free agent signings. Go Pack, go.